Do you hear that? That's the sound of the police. And this... Wrong box. This is the Master License Memorial Edition. So we got Deca Master, Shadow Ranger, the Master License, Special Police Deca Ranger, which became Space Patrol Delta. But it's Tokusou Sentai Deca Ranger, which I believe I might Tokusou. But you've got a police badge logo right there, SPD, the Morpher, Doggy Kruger, right there. This version of Doggy Kruger. Wait, there's that Pac-Man. So here is the Master License. It's one of my favorite morphers. Changers, whatever you... Because it's not a cell phone or like a wrist-mounted. It's a police badge. It's so cool. Like, I'll tell you. Growing up, the first thing I wanted to be was a Power Ranger. The second thing I wanted to be, CSI. I remember watching CSI and I'm like, they're police officers, but they're figuring out crimes with science. And also, Grissom, definitely on the spectrum. Somewhere. So I wanted to be a CSI, but frankly, I don't think I could cut it as a police officer. And you'd have to be a police officer first before you can. Also, The Flash, Barry Allen. Forensics, basically CSI, similar division, but anyway. This, is a police badge. And that's really cool, because they just augmented their standard issue gear to become like... I know cell phone morphers get a lot of hate. Or at least, I don't know if they still do, they used to. Because, now that I think about it, before cell phones were as popular and frequent as they are now, they were, like, not considered... I guess it's the same thing with every single tech that comes out. Is it's considered, like, high class first off before it gets lower and lower till everyone has it. So, like, that was a deal with cell phones. Like, I remember getting my first cell phone in high school, not having anybody to call, but it was just like, cell phone, cool. What do I do with it? I didn't know what to do with it. And then I guess I thought if somebody needed to contact me, they could, but nobody really, not even my parents really needed to contact me. Just never went out on my own. But luckily, this also has a phone mode. Because, of course, they're going to combine, like, their, like, police have basically walkie-talkies that they use to, like a, radio system, so, phone. But I picked this one. I picked the Master License, because it's black and gold, and Doggy Kruger is just cool. Whether you prefer one version of Doggy Kruger or the other. Because their characters across Deca Ranger and SPD, both of which I've watched, are pretty much the same. Like, I think the SPD didn't go with his signature, like, guard dog of hell. Like, they never gave him that prefix. But basically, they're the commander of SPD, like the Earth branch. They have backstory of being a, like, galaxy-wide warrior who lost their wife in a battle one day and been sent to Earth to watch over, and they're kind of the stern father of the group, while also having the head of a dog. So, yay, appeal to furries. And also, I believe either Anubis is a nickname or it's part of his name. Doggy Kruger. That makes me think of Mr. Glovehand, Freddy Krueger. But not quite. So, yeah, you see SPD and 3 modes: change, phone, judgment, or just judge. And we have a button on the back. Hey, we do have Sad Pac-Man. It's hard to see in this glossy black plastic. But it's 3 LR44 batteries. And you can switch between default or character mode. So let's start with default mode. And I've wanted this more for, like, I've been low-key really wanting it for a while now, because I've been pantomiming the morph. Like, whenever I pull my phone out of my pocket walking somewhere, I just start doing the Decorator morph pose. And I was like, okay, this is stuck in my brain. I need to get it out. And also, I met Bridge, the actor who played Bridge, SPD Green, last year at Fanaticon, and this year I met 2 of the Rangers from Dino Thunder. That was really cool. And Rita Repulsa. That was also awesome. But let's go change standby. Emergency! Deca Master! So you get, the siren lights. The button has a really nice tactile click to it. I love in his first transformation in Deca Ranger, he points it to the camera and then looks back at it before pointing to the camera again. Like, that's hilarious. Like even he doesn't know what he's doing with this thing. And for Shadow Ranger and SPD, they took the same morph, but they didn't have him look back at it. They omitted that part. But yeah, you get a nice police badge, shiny gold. You get a little character card, codename Deca Master, D Arms, D Sword, Bega. That's the issue with a accent like the Japanese. You're trying to say Vega, but the V comes out as a B sound. So, like, D... It's written forever, D Sword Bega. Along with L and R, the infamous Gord drive. This little thing, this little character card, is removable. Properly get it without... I'm going to bend it, whatever. So you get an additional one with Doggy Kruger unmorphed. So you can choose which one you want. And they have a plastic film covering the top of it for no discernible reason. Unfortunately, you can't fit both of them. I find that really odd. Like, this one is the one in the Morpher whenever you see it as a prop used on screen. Whenever he transformed. But, like, what was the point of giving the second one? If you, like, this is just gonna sit somewhere and I don't really, whatever. So if you press the button again, you get the headlights. And you get a transformation disengage sound effect. So if you press the button and hold it, you get a much more truncated version of the transformation. Like, that's a lot. That's quite a bit shorter. Now you get that. Disengaged, and now we have, oh, right. It didn't sound quite right, because it didn't have the narrator. And if I recall the narrator translation, basically, when you press the button, they, headquarters sends, if I'm getting, basically vibranium, like a vibranium suit, kind of like a liquid metal, that maybe it's not quite vibranium, like in universe I'm equating it to vibranium, but like a vibranium mesh, I guess, that forms onto them as their suit, and they have to, that's the best way, I guess, best way. And the funniest thing about Decamaster Shadow Ranger is the nose of the suit, and people asking, how does he wear, like, even in universe, the other Deca Rangers asking, how does he wear that helmet with his nose, like, and you see the picture of the nose, like, squished into the suit, and Doggy Kruger's interest, like, embarrassed, like, don't ask, please, don't ask. Oh yeah. Hakyo ku tagire. Jukoku no Banken Decamaster, which I'm pretty sure I screwed that up horribly, but if I remember the translation correctly, it's cutting down 100 enemies, because his number is 100. And, you know, Jukoku no Banken, the guard dog of hell, Decamaster, or Shadow Ranger. Because I absolutely love the Shadow Ranger suit design. Like, it's like the blue, gray, whatever color that is, with the 100 across his chest, which is thematic because in his first battle he has to transform because an alien kidnapped either, if you prefer SPD, Cat, or a Deca Ranger Swan, basically his Doggy's right hand, who made a lot of the tech that the Deca Rangers use. She also made the Morpher Changer, and he kidnapped her, and the enemy sent 100 enemies to stop Doggy from rescuing her. So he's like, okay, I have to defeat 100 of you. My number is 100. Like, kick all your asses. That's pretty badass. So let's switch to phone mode. I should mention, you get a holster with like a clip to clip onto your pants, which is how I and Johnny Young Bosch pulled our morphers out of our ass. just look up that video, but it's got SPD, and I wish it locked in place, because you're supposed to wear it sideways. That doesn't seem safe to me. Like, say, like it's wearing like that. That doesn't seem... Also, I've questioned this recently. They wear it like this on their suit when they're transformed. Why doesn't the enemy just take it? Like, did anybody even think about that? Like, it's right there. You just distract him with something and you try and grab it. Like, there's got to be like an unwritten rule of just don't touch it. Alright, phone mode. There it is. So you have a full number pad, 1 to 9, 0, star, pound. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up front, at the top. Cell phone, tower, you know, standard stuff you'd expect. And you get 9 sound effects in this mode. And each button press is counted as a sound. He's talking to Ban Dekared about the team, I'm pretty sure. Send the Deca machines to a point like on the map, or and now we're back at the start. So you also have judgment, because they have to judge whether aliens or the monsters of the week are guilty of the crimes they've committed, because they're police. And if my memory serves, when you press the button, it basically sends a command to the Supreme Court at the center of the galaxy, and they go through, like, it takes a milliseconds because it's sped up. It's like 60,000. I forget the number. Somebody told me the number, but like thousands of deliberations in a few seconds to determine whether somebody's guilty or innocent. YouTube chat, I'm charging you with not liking and subscribing. Judgment. Innocent? Alright. This time you're innocent, but we'll see next time. That's it. It weirdly impresses me that the lights can go back and forth as accurately as they do. Like, this piece has a bunch of electronics to make that work. But, like, I don't know, it impressed me for some reason. Let's see if you're guilty of eating the last pudding in the fridge. Guilty. To tell you the truth, to break the joke, you press it for guilty and hold it for innocent. Now let's switch to character mode. And now we get voice clips and proper things from the show. And since they all hold it right-handed, I'm just going to do it. There's the announcement with the super metal forming over him and transformation with... That sounds about right. Yeah, he said it a lot better than I did. And you get Deca Master's personal song. Can't remember the name of it. Alright, we'll come back to it. It just restarts. So if you press it and hold it, you get the full first transformation. When the other mode, it was a shortened transformation. This one is even longer. And then it just keeps going. So actually all the sound effects... Him doing his signature pose and whatnot. The song plays, and you get the sound effects from the fight itself. Sordo Bega. I regret this. Also, it looks like in the Shadow Rangers, I almost said Shadow Master, but his mouth plate, like a line that makes it look like a smile. Like Stormtrooper kind of smile, a little bit. And now we go to phone, where we also have way more sound effects. In the first mode, I think we have 33? Him introducing himself. Him growling. There are a few sound effects of him growling. We get the same voice clips from earlier. Except this time he's saying they're all their names individually, because we have to fill out as many sound effects as we can get. More growling. Yeah, they just removed the Deca Rangers responding to him. And added in more growling. He's calling somebody dumb. Howling at the moon. We get the... Okay, now we get new sound effects. Why did you need to put the morph there? We already did it in the... Yes, face on. Yes, we heard that sound effect earlier. Welcome back, Swan. Maybe I am balding like John Cena just a little bit right there. It'll grow in. I think that's from the Gokaiger crossover, like when the Deca Rangers appeared in Gokaiger, because Kaizo Space Pirates, they arrest Deca Red and then they have to, because there's a bounty on his head. Did I say Gokai Red? I think I did. Just to make sure. Just things he said in the show. I can't translate them all. My Japanese isn't that good. I think he's talking about how good coffee is. Like the coffee they made. Or maybe how bad. I'm not 100% sure. That was from like one of the Deca Rangers like return episodes, like one of the specials, like 10 years later or whatever, when he gets shot protecting some young girl, and her father had sacrificed himself, and I think she was like, I've only just watched the clip, haven't seen the full thing, but I think she was obviously sad over her father. He's like basically trying to get her to snap out of it because he protected her with his life. Whoops, I went up. Oh. He's judging Don King? Like the boxing promoter? Oh, we restarted. So to change the sounds, you press and hold the button. Dekamasta. And now we're on a completely different set of sounds. Like fighting sounds. Like, yep, D-Sword Bega. I'm begging you to pronounce it like a V. I think he's saying I'll defeat you in one hit. Yeah, there was at least one episode where there was an alien attacking the Deca Rangers and taking their ID badge, like the SPD badge, because he was an old martial arts rival of Kruger, of Doggy. And like Doggy's sword, the D-Sword Vega, as like the dog head for the handguard. And his rivals had like a fish head. Like a D-Sword Neptune something. I can't remember off the top of my head. Deletion approved. Because in Deca Ranger, they kill them. In SPD, they actually arrest them. You know, because Disney didn't think it would be okay for the cops to just be closer to real life. Oh, no, we're not here to make cop jokes. We're not. We're not here to make cop jokes. Although I easily could. Slash! Put some extra emphasis on that. Got you. Even more emphasis on that Vega slash. Vega Impasse, one of his other signature sword moves. his ultimate technique, a stronger version of the Vega Slash. Right, because the Deca Base, their police headquarters, also has a massive dog head on the front of it, so you obviously know what it is. Has a crawler mode where it can roll around on wheels, because this is Sentai, and obviously it would. And then it forms a giant fucking robot. Like, if the regular robots are this tall, the Deca Base robot is like that tall, basically. And they had very lame names. Deca Ranger Robo, Deca Bike Robo, Deca Base Robo, Deca Wing Robo. Very lame names. Like, it's just what the robot is. Like, oh, it was a bike. Deca Bike Robo. Oh, it was a massive police headquarters with jails in it. There's actually they made sections of the Deca Base specifically for all the people inside to go, so that they could survive when it stands up. That's actually pretty good thinking. Like, you know, protect all the... Because the people inside can't just run away quick enough to get, like, when the base starts to transform, so, like, the dedicated area to stand so they won't fall out or die or hit their head or anything. And its signature attack is the Volcanic Buster. Pat Energy Maximum Max Power. Yeah, Zenkai is like, yeah, max. What? Now we're back to Judgment. Deletion not approved. So he's talking to Aka Ranger and Big One. Yeah, Red Ranger, the very first Red Ranger and Big One. Big One is technically a Ranger. He's part of Jak Dengektai, JAKQ, but like the deck of cards themed. But he's like, he sort of counts as the leader, but he's not the leader because he's not the Red Ranger. His name is just Big One. His partner, Medium 2. But no, I think like Big One in probably terms of like hitting the jackpot. When you're playing cards, you hit the big one. And he's talking to Super Sentai because it was like a special where they had to cross over and meet each other. With that, this case is complete. I'll show you. I'll show you my technique, something like that. Interesting. No. I forgot to mention this was a recent sort of upgrade of the, I want to say 2018, somewhere around there, Super Sentai Artisan release of the master license. Because I think this came out last year in celebration or concurrently with the release of the Fireball special. Like Deca Ranger put out another special where Deca Red got a new upgrade form called Premier Red, and so they put out a new version of the SP license, like Premier license, and they re-released the Master license and the regular SP license in Artisan form. Because they also have done a Fire license, I think it's called, because Bon got a sort of upgrade for Fire Squad. Like, you went into a very specialized squad after Deca Ranger. So there are many versions of this, depending on which color scheme you want. I think he's telling Ban to use his sword, because he does give the D sword Vega to Ban at one point. Ban being Deca Red. I've mentioned that already, but I feel like repeating it. Oh, we've... Now press hold it again, and we've gone to the narrator. Kimi no target lock. Like, keep your target locked on your heart? I'm probably screwing up that translation, but... Your Kimi no heart, your heart, target lock. But you get the phrases the narrator says in the transformation and in the judgment, which we'll hear in a second, but without any of the extra things, so... The transformation one, which we kind of heard, but now you could hear it clearer. The one about judgment from summoning from the Galactic Supreme Court, basically, which hopefully doesn't have as many cases of corruption as the American Supreme Court. God damn it, I said I wasn't going to make any jokes like that! And... Fight! Tokuso Sentai Deca Ranger. But then... Yeah, it goes around again. And we have one more mode in this one. It's music time! So you get 3 different songs. You get... Deca Master's personal song, the one we heard earlier. If I were to close this, it would reset all the way to the first set of sound files, which is why I haven't closed it this whole time. And you get Midnight Deca Ranger, what song I listen to a lot. But I feel like this pause is longer than the actual song. Like, I feel... When I'm listening to it, this pause is not this long. Like, it feels a little too long. Which is what I had her saying last night. Chase. We're going to move on, because we got one more song, and yep, we're heading up. So, he's Jasmine Umiko, with Deca Yellow, Deca Pink. We have the Twin Angels, their personal song. What that has to do with Deca Master, why it's here, because the regular Deca Ranger theme song is on the SP version of this, but... Roger. I don't know this song enough to sing along to it. and then it wraps around again. So let's go to Judgment. He's accusing Benji of his crimes again. Hey, the announcer again. Deletion not approved. That's the only new sound effect for that one, but if we go guilty, we get a couple new sounds. Deletion approved. Hey, you can see a reflection of me in... Got you. With that... I keep forgetting, but with that, this case is complete. And yeah, that's everything. So, this is one of my favorite morphers. I've now done this pose so much that it's kind of out of my system. I've gotten it out there a little, but I'm happy I own it. I don't know if I'll pick up another one. I think I'm satisfied with just one. But if you're a fan of the Shadow Ranger or any of the Deca Rangers or Space Patrol Delta, Shadow Ranger, whatnot, and you want one of these, well, it's a fun toy. SPD, emergency! You have taken what is dearest to me, Banag. That was his name in the American, General Banag, but that has only made me stronger. I am Shadow Ranger. So yeah. Pick one up if you feel like it. Or, No, I'm not gonna... We're not gonna send ice after you. No. Oh god, no. What? Ah, bye. I gotta finish before I say something really stupid. I don't know how I'd say something stupider than that, but I'd figure it out. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you, bad boys? Police jokes! They can break the rules, we'll break the rules of comedy, who knows? Bye! Have to mention, how could I forget, the actor playing Doggy Kruger in SPD, like providing the voice, also did Daggeron, the Mystic Force Solaris Knight. One is his persona, one is him in regular form. I want to say skin suit, but that sounds creepy. It's a cool connection. There's also other SPD connections, like one of the recurring alien characters plays a different sort of alien in Mystic Force as well. Yeah, now keep it weird. Bye.